I'm a 27-year-old woman working in marketing and living about 40 minutes away from my parents' place in the suburbs. For most of my life, I thought we were a normal, close-knit family. My parents were involved, my extended family was supportive, and holidays always felt like something out of a commercial. I wasn't spoiled, but I was appreciated. At least that's how I saw it. Growing up, I played the role of the dependable daughter. I handled errands when they needed help, picked up groceries during their busy weeks, scheduled medical appointments when my dad had insurance lapses, and even pitched in with money a couple of times when they were between jobs. I didn't mind. I was raised to believe that's just what family does. 3 years ago, things started to change, subtly at first. My parents became godparents to Alina, a teenage girl whose parents were friends of theirs and had passed away in a tragic car accident. It was supposed to be temporary, just until her situation stabilized. I remember driving over to drop off some of my old college sweaters and offering to help her prep for SATs. At the time, it felt like the right thing to do. But the temporary situation became permanent. Alina stayed. And little by little, the balance shifted. The first time I noticed something off was when I opened our family group chat and realized I hadn't been included in a whole thread about a birthday dinner for my mother. I had been planning something for her for weeks. Turned out the dinner had already happened, organized by Alina. My parents said it was a last-minute change and that I'd been too busy with work anyway. Next, it was photos. Family gatherings, little backyard barbecues, weekend trips, I wasn't in them anymore. Alina was. They brushed it off, saying I was never around, but I was still showing up. They just weren't seeing me. It got worse. I invited them to my housewarming. They declined because they were helping Alina decorate her dorm room. The visit was still 2 months away. At Thanksgiving, I brought my boyfriend for the first time. My parents barely spoke to him. The whole night, they fawned over Alina's cooking, complimenting her brilliant takes on side dishes and asking her to share recipes like she was hosting a cooking show. When I casually mentioned my recent promotion at work, my dad nodded and changed the subject to Alina making the dean's list. My boyfriend leaned over during dessert and whispered, "Do they even know you're their daughter?" I tried to talk to my mom about it. I asked her directly if she noticed how things had shifted. She got defensive, said I sounded jealous and selfish, that Alina had no one left, that she deserved to feel like she belonged. She said I was lucky I had a job, a home, a partner. Alina had nothing. That's when I stopped trying to share. I stopped announcing things like new cars or career wins. I stopped checking in every week. I kept showing up, but a little less. It became a pattern. I watched my parents introduce Alina as our girl at a family friend's barbecue. They didn't even say goddaughter, just our girl. A cousin told me they threw Alina a birthday party at a fancy venue I'd begged for as a teen and was told was too expensive. They didn't even mention it to me. I heard it secondhand. Then came the money. I noticed Alina had access to the joint emergency fund account that I used to manage when dad was unemployed. When I asked about it, they shrugged. Said it was just easier that way, that Alina was part of the family now. The final straw was when my mother casually told me that Alina would be using the summer cabin for a getaway with friends. The same cabin I'd already reserved with my old college roommates. They claimed they forgot. Alina had already made plans, and it would be more fun for her anyway. So I stopped fighting it. I started playing along. I complimented Alina at events. I asked her about her classes and future plans. I handed over pieces of myself one by one, not because I was giving up, but because I wanted to see how far they'd take it. If they wanted her to live my life, I'd let her try. But I kept notes. I watched. I documented. I offered her my apartment in the city, and she started acting like